Overnight, Congress pushed through a massive crypto law, and almost nobody outside Washington understood what just happened. Within hours, traders were cheering, watchdogs were panicking, and the White House promised to sign it immediately. On paper, the law claims to make crypto safer, yet somehow big players are celebrating fewer rules, not more. So what exactly did Congress approve, and why are experts warning this victory could hide a dangerous loophole? In Washington, D.C., lawmakers spent months crafting a package of bills to finally tame America's chaotic cryptocurrency markets. The centerpiece was a stablecoin bill called the Genius Act, designed to control dollar-pegged coins used worldwide. Around it, two other bills promised clearer rules for crypto trading and a ban on a government-issued digital dollar. The timing was critical, with billions of dollars already flowing through stablecoins every day, often beyond traditional bank oversight. Media framed it as a historic step, while lobbyists quietly called it the best deal crypto ever received. Consumer advocates, however, saw something different, a complex maze of exceptions that might protect companies more than ordinary people. And as the Senate and House raced to pass the package, one detail kept bothering financial crime investigators. The story really begins when the House declared Crypto Week, fast-tracking several bills that had stalled for months. Hearings were packed with executives promising innovation, cheaper payments, and a chance for America to dominate crypto. Behind closed doors, staffers rushed to rewrite sections after late-night comments from lobbyists representing exchanges, issuers, and payment giants. The Genius Act emerged, promising strict reserves for stablecoins, requiring every token be backed one-for-one by safe assets. Lawmakers proudly announced that stablecoin holders would stand ahead of other creditors if an issuer went bankrupt, a rare privilege. Markets loved it. Company valuations jumped, and one lobbyist was overheard joking that the bill read like their wish list. But buried deep in the language was a quiet statement. These stablecoins would not be treated as securities or commodities. That single classification shift meant powerful regulators lost direct authority, handing day-to-day oversight to a far narrower group of agencies. Supporters argued this clarity would unleash innovation, yet skeptics wondered why the biggest winners seemed to be offshore-leaning companies. As debate continued, another bill, the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act, promised to decide when tokens were securities or not. It sounded technical, but the details allowed some platforms to act simultaneously as exchange, broker, custodian, and clearinghouse. In traditional finance, those roles are deliberately separated, precisely to prevent front-running, conflicts of interest, and quiet self-dealing. Under the new framework, crypto firms insisted they could safely combine every function, from trading to custody. Regulators privately admitted they lacked staff and tools to monitor such hybrid platforms in real time, especially across multiple jurisdictions. Yet, pressure to not stifle innovation meant those warnings rarely appeared in hearings and always in softened language. The third bill, the Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act, banned a Federal Reserve digital dollar entirely nationwide. Ironically, while Congress blocked a government coin over privacy fears, it cleared space for private tokens to explode. That contradiction troubled analysts who track cross-border scams, where anonymous wallets, mixers, and foreign exchanges already move stolen funds effortlessly. Their unease grew when they noticed how lightly the bills touched stablecoins issued abroad, particularly those from loosely regulated jurisdictions. Investigators started asking a simple question. What happens when someone loads foreign stablecoins abroad, then walks back home? Under the text of the Genius Act, direct sales into the United States were covered, but indirect channels were murkier. A scenario emerged where someone could buy tokens in Mexico, walk across the border, and sell them peer-to-peer domestically. Because that resale occurred in the so-called secondary market, the most explicit protections and controls no longer clearly applied. Anti-corruption groups labeled this the tether loophole, warning it could quietly turn American infrastructure into a safe harbor for kleptocrats. Lawmakers received urgent letters from watchdogs demanding they broaden the definition of issuer to capture secondary sales. At the same time, consumer advocates noticed another omission. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau barely appeared anywhere. For a law supposedly protecting ordinary users, the agency created after the 2008 crisis seemed oddly sidelined. Meanwhile, reports of crypto scams kept rising, with victims losing life savings to romance schemes, fake investments, and impersonation fraud. Many of those scams used stablecoins because transfers were fast, irreversible, and could be routed through foreign exchanges resisting cooperation. A forensic accountant tracking scam cases said nearly every trail left the United States, disappearing into offshore platforms. When Congress finally voted, celebrations filled headlines, but enforcement analysts quietly mapped how criminals might adapt. Then came the twist. Several loudest political champions of the bills held investments tied to major stablecoin companies. Financial disclosures and investigative reports highlighted family holdings, advisory roles, and paid speeches linked to exchanges. Officially, everything complied with ethics rules, yet the optics were troubling, blurring the line between public policy and private profit. Advocacy groups seized on this, arguing the package looked less like neutral regulation and more like an industry shield. International experts warned that without strong coordination and closed loopholes, sanctioned elites could launder funds through dollar-denominated coins undetected. Regulators overseas watched nervously, fearing that weak American controls on global stablecoins might undermine their own anti-money laundering regimes. Suddenly, what had been sold as a victory for clarity looked to some like a roadmap for evasion. Official statements claimed the framework balanced innovation and safety. Critics argued it simply shifted risk onto taxpayers. The main narrative says these laws modernize finance, forcing issuers to hold real reserves and giving markets long-awaited legal certainty. A competing view argues the package entrenches shadow banking structures, creating dollar-like money without facing full banking-level scrutiny. Others speculate the anti-CBDC bill was a distraction, drawing attention away from the quieter, more technical concessions hidden in footnotes. Some experts even suggested criminal networks quietly opposed clearer rules, preferring gray zones that hinder tracing and freezes. Our channel leans toward a cautious interpretation. These bills close obvious gaps while potentially opening deeper, harder to see ones. It is also possible enforcement agencies adapt quickly, deploying new data tools to catch abuse despite those blind spots. Either way, the mystery remains. Did Congress strengthen the system or upgrade the playground for high-end crime? Do these laws represent necessary modernization that finally drags crypto into the light, or a political gift to powerful insiders? Are the foreign stablecoin loopholes simple oversights in a rushed process, or deliberate cracks left for certain interests to exploit? When the next huge cross-border scam breaks, will investigators praise this framework or blame it for enabling damage? If you had to choose today, would you trust this new crypto era or see it as a polished trap?